Hey fam, I'm gonna let you know right now. I come to these videos with preconceived notions, from family. Anytime I see one of these ones in the white coat stand up, wanting to be happy about stopping something, I have to go back into my familyness and think of Ether Lion, Quantum Electrodynamic One, Gangstar MD. When I think of Gangstar MD, Quantum Electrodynamic One, and now these ones here in these white coats deciding they want to jump up, I'm like, get the fuck up out of here. But anyway, this one's stepping up. Let's go and see what this one's talking about.
Thank y'all so much for coming. Last time I was here, I think I had talked about my boys. I just want y'all to know that they are all here today, and they are very protective, and they don't fight fair, so keep it nice. And before I begin, I want to start.
And y'all know they already suspect to me, so of course I'm looking at the head and everything, and the neck. I'm looking at the head and the neck right here because, they're not letting them jump up on the screen if they one of us. Okay, but this one did something wonderful, so let's watch. But look at that neck, though. Look at that neck.
By expressing my appreciation.
Ooh, wait a minute. Y'all see that eyebrow ridge? Okay.
And for all of y'all coming today, all of my patience, your kind words, your letters, your messages have meant so much to me. To my awesome employees.
Now that you brought those employees to mind, I know that one in the middle right there on the left side right there with that neck. I'm just saying, y'all suspect, but that one there is strong right there. Okay.
Somehow have stuck by me and not quit during all this. And I've been lucky enough to bring on two awesome new nurses. I've got Jennifer Bridges here.
Well, I looked at Jennifer's hip to shoulder ratio there. That looks kind of like a normal, that might be a real woman right there, because that looks a normal ratio. She looks like the T-Rex syndrome that we see with all the men. Yeah, this one here appears to be a female right here. It appears to be so, but that one standing next to him, okay.
Medical Clinic of Houston. And both of those nurses, as you know, have exercised their right not to let other people decide what gets injected into their bodies.
Right.
That's right. I also want to thank the people around.
That's a man right there in the back right there. You can't hide him. Look at how his neck is way above everybody else's back there. Oh, wait. This one on the far right. That may also be a man right there, too. I think they mixed them up in this scene here, where they might have actually put a real one next to a fake one, then a real one, then a fake one, to cover up this big fake one in the front that done did something against the vaccine. Okay, I'm sorry.
Around the world that I've never met, who have reached out with nice messages and kind words and have drowned out all the other people who are trying to take me down. I want to thank my attorney, Steve Mitby, who's coming out right now, for helping me navigate all this craziness, and my publicist, Wayne Dolcefino, for also helping me stand up against all the media outrage. So 2 months ago in November, Houston Methodist launched me into the public spotlight by telling the world that they were suspending my privileges for supposedly spreading dangerous misinformation about...
Okay, I heard this one say 2 months ago they started doing all of this and got all of this hoopla. 2 months ago? How long we been going through COVID now in the vaccines? Has it been 2 months? Okay, so I heard that part right there. You started something there 2 months ago. They've been injecting us now since the early 19... When did the 20? We in the 20 damn too. Okay. All right. Go ahead on now. You did something. What you did?
COVID.
Yes.
The Houston Chronicle joined in that effort.
Okay.
And since then, I've had a lot of people publicly comment that I should lose my license.
Yeah.
These
Okay.
people don't know me; they're strangers. One of the people in particular, Ariana Garcia, is a journalist for the Houston Chronicle. And 3 days ago, she published a story entitled it, "Former Houston Methodist Doctor Still Has Her..."
Okay, so all I'm hearing now is y'all making books and shit. Y'all making books and everything. Y'all want the people to buy all these books and stuff what y'all making because you decided to stand up against it. You shouldn't lose your license because you standing up against it because you're giving out some important information what the people needed to know and hear. And you're not going to lose you don't want to lose it. I'm reminded of Gangstar MD is all I got to say. You know, they ain't have to tell him, do you want to lose a state? Just left. You know what I'm saying? Just left and then beating the devils up from the outside. But you go, okay.
License despite continuing to spread COVID-19 misinformation. Shame on her. Shame. Shame on her.
Shame.
Ariana does not know me. Yeah, Ariana does not know me. She never bothered to ask me to comment on this article before she published it.
He should have asked you.
And neither do any of the other people who have called for my license to be removed. So I want to tell y'all what it takes to get into this spot right here.
Okay.
And it's not an easy journey. It's not easy to get a medical license.
No.
My path took 13 years of higher education. I had to make straight A's.
Yeah.
Residency was the 5 hardest years of my life, mentally, physically, emotionally.
Tell it.
But I did learn a lot, and one of my most valuable lessons was to take a critical view of pharmaceutical companies and not be the first person to prescribe the newest and latest drug until it has stood the test of time. And that has served me well when looking at COVID-19 and how...
I want to interject here because what kept me out of the medical field in any way and kind of like pissed me off a lot in pursuing my own personal career and was the fact that they didn't give a fuck about the humans and all they cared about was drugging them. You know, we had a whole pharmacology over here designed to drug and numb out the brain of the humans, especially the children. So that's what deterred me from even stepping further and what really pisses me off with all these white coats, you know. But let him finish telling his story.
For treating it. Also, one of my favorite attendees at Stanford, he told me that we need to be wary of any new vaccines that come out and not to follow the herd, to take things with a critical view. I also learned about the culture of these big academic institutions. And they're rigid, they're hierarchical, and they breed conformity. And I knew that after residency, that was not the kind of practice I wanted to be surrounded in. Thank God. So, in the following years, I had kids. Okay. And that experience gave me a different perspective on the doctor-patient relationship.
Right.
I had 4 boys in 5 years.
Okay.
So it's basically, I was a patient for 5 years straight. And that was eye-opening.
When I look at that neck, that's kind of eye-opening. Maybe I'm overlooking, but that neck, and it looks like you got a whole eyebrow ridge. I mean, that's just what I see. Maybe it's not enough light in here or something, but that's what I see. And then you talk about these 4 kids you had in 5 years for your number 9, and them being all boys. Well, just like their dad over here.
Learned what a inefficient, impersonal, confusing healthcare system we have. And when I started this clinic, I was determined to do things differently. I have no financial ties with any third parties. I do not contract with insurance companies.
Good.
I don't contract with the government.
You get all
I
your
do not
money
take
straight up.
Medicare.
Right.
I have no financial ties with hospitals and no financial ties with pharmaceutical companies. God bless you.
Well, that's great. This one says they have no financial ties with any of these things, but this one is tied to all of those things because it's a doctor. It doesn't want to lose the license. So it's not going to lose the ties. In the financial, this one just wiped them out the picture so that they get all the financial. That's all I heard. That's all I heard. Yeah. But I don't know. Maybe this one is going to change doctrine. So let's keep listening.
The only people I work for are my patients, and I treat them the way I would want to be treated.
Do you treat them for free, though? Because you changing stuff, right? So do you treat them for free? If they don't have any money, will you give them the best care possible? Pro bono. All of them. Would you do that? You can't do that in Doubledom. You can't. Especially not being a doctor. You can't. You got to live in Doubledom. You got to make money. You got to make money so you can be as nice as you want to. Okay? But you're not doing nothing for free. And keeping that license, you don't want to get rid of that money. You don't want to get rid of that money. And you family with the pharmacologists out of all of them. You family with all of them. You staying in it, you with them. There's just no way around it in Doubledom. There's no way around it.
Thank you. I'm also a strong believer in transparency, and I list all.
Transparency. This one is a strong believer in transparency. And look at the eyebrow ridge and the neck. Transparency.
All my prices on my website, and I list all my clinical data on my website. My ENT and sleep medicine practice morphed into this COVID center in response to my patients' needs and wants.
Okay, well, I've heard enough of this here. I'm not even going to go through no whole 27 minutes of this here shit right here, because this one had to set up the sleep center, turn it into the COVID center for her patients. I'm sorry, for his patients and everything, because his patients, the demand for the COVID. Okay, soon as he said that was, I can't take no more of this right here. What the fuck is COVID, doctor? Okay, what is COVID? Why are you going along with that whole term? Doctor would care about the patients, huh? You against the vaccine? I guess because they want your ass to take it now. But you against the vaccine and every damn thing. And but you set up a whole COVID, it turned to the COVID sleep center. The what? And I don't care. You didn't want it to turn to the COVID thing because you knew COVID was a lie and you was against the vaccine. None of that. None of that. Okay? And blah, 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 blah. It's a man in a wig. And they still want to be a doctor. And we wouldn't need any doctors if they wasn't inventing shit to fuck with the humans. So blah, 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 blah. I'm sorry. But I've been preconditioned by family. My brother's Gangstar MD. Okay? I can't go any further with this right here. This one here. Look at the face. No. You know what? We're done. COVID damn center. Okay? 2 months ago. You stood up. I don't know when it did what it did. But we've been going through this bullshit here over a year. We're in 22? Over 2 years now? I don't know how long this one has been protesting. I don't like when they protest and they still got that white coat on. Calling shit COVID. It's probably going to tell you about Delta Chrome. Fluoride. Whatever the fuck they call that. I'm done. Y'all have a great day. I love y'all. These motherfuckers here about these.